Good. So I'll quickly touch base just now. Okay. Talk about the code of conduct, letting everyone to speak. And virtually, we have the virtual raising of hands there. And if you can please mute yourself, that's just because of echoing, so it doesn't echo back to everyone. And yeah, we try to be as much as possible civil and respect everyone. So for the agenda for today, I'll tell you a little bit about Enter 50, the current campaigns to keep you updated as to what is happening at Enter. And then the highlight of the forum will talk about academic issues and facilities and the technical issues that you or your colleagues might be facing within your program. But first and foremost, permit me to reintroduce three full-time officers who are here to work in the interest of the students. While we work within different remits, we have a collective goal around student engagement, sustainability, and many more. And why student engagement is very important is because there are a lot of resources that is made available to students, and some of them are not aware of it. So some of these resources might not be available to students after the university. So at any point in time, please do always get in touch with us. And the good thing is that myself and Eloisa was once a program rep in the past, and Emily was fully engaged with sports at the time also. So this is where I say a very big thank you to everyone for putting yourself forward to represent the students, and to officially welcome you on board. Even just seeing you guys virtually, I'm so glad to be here with you guys. So some people actually told me that they were experiencing trouble joining the Facebook page. Do anyone have the same similar experience? Okay, Clara, I can see the virtual hand. Okay. I'm not sure as to why that is happening, okay, but if you can just drop me an email, then I can be able to walk through that. Aboki Rania, okay, all right, that's no worries. I'm going to see what to do about that. I've got quite a number of people who got in touch with me around the Facebook page, not being able to have access to that because the Facebook page was created for us to be able to communicate with each other, share ideas among ourselves and for information, passing around. So, also, have you had your SSLC? Just give me a thumbs up if you had.
27th.
Sorry?
It's on the 27th.
27th. Okay. All right. That's fine. But while the meeting looks formal, don't be stressed about it. Okay. Like the trainer said, just go prepared and you will be fine. Okay. Just bear with me. So around the academic board, like you have it, within the training, we'll be needing about two representatives on that board. They do all types of academic works that shapes the program. Last week, I was in the meeting with the principal, Andrea, and they are very passionate to want to hear from the student perspective. Okay, because they actually want to shape in the student experience by listening to what the student actually wants regarding their program. So next, I'm going to go on to the Enter 50. With the Enter 50, which we call the voice of the student body, comprises of volunteers who are passionate about the general student body. They help to shape in policies, strategies, and influences changes. So if you're happy to give a little time to the general student body, you can send me an email, okay, on your interest. And just a little bit touch on Enter current campaign. Currently, it is the Black History Month. And we also have the mental health support. The World Mental Health Day was the 10th of October. And also on our website, we have access to many resources that could assist you and your colleagues. Just to briefly touch on student features. The student features is the arms of the university that supports students with any employability requirements and resources like career and skills development. And if any of your program have a placement, and you're struggling to get a company to have a placement with, you can always get in touch with them. But if you're not able to get in touch with them directly, just email me, okay, and then I'll be able to work around that because I work closely with them to improve the employability skills for our students. So, enough of me talking because today is not about me actually talking. Today is about me listening to you all. So, um, now is the time for you to please share with me any academic issues that you or your colleague might be facing. Probably we could, Alistair, can you please assist me to check the chat for any, virtual hands up?
I'll look for chat hands in the chat. Also, you can unmute yourself and just talk. Again, please do state what your name is and your course of study and what year that course of study is as well, please. That would be very useful. Thank you. And don't be afraid to be the first person, because that's about it.
All right, Kieran wants to go first. Is that it?
Yeah, it's me. I'm
All right.
Kieran. I'm on the first year photography course. Me and Levente are actually both on their first year of photography. And one of the people in our class was actually wondering whether each lecture could be recorded. And even if it's not like a special one, just each of them to be recorded and maybe kept for, say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks afterwards, so that they can check back and look at the lecture again to go over stuff. Possibly if it's like an ongoing project, then it would be left up for the length of that project. Or say maybe a summary sheet. I thought that might be a bit too much work for the teacher to also do. But yeah, possibly recordings or something like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. So you said probably it could be recorded for maybe about 2-3 weeks so that they can go back to revise on, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like a limited time on the availability so that the website doesn't get like overloaded or our Moodle page or whatever it gets submitted to. Because I thought it might cause a bit of confusion if it was left up for too long.
Okay.
I think I had a few other things written down.
Yeah.
What was the other things? Oh yeah, possibly like a list of people like to go to. So if you need help with camera tech, there's a list with like Andrew and David or whatever, and then sort of each tutor and what they do and who to go for, who to go for what. And
So sorry, I can help Matthew on this front, just with regards to the videoing of lectures. Something that was raised with lecturers, and it's down to the individuals usually whether they do or do not record them. The advice for most things, and you'll probably hear this said a lot as well when people put things forward, is check with your program leader is usually the best bet, because a lot of the time lectures will be recorded and it's usually quite simple just to pop them up on Moodle, so it's just a case of getting that done. But usually chat with the lecturer first, maybe ask for 5 minutes at the end of the lecture. And if you're not getting anywhere with that, usually talking to the program leader is your first port of call. After you've done that, if you're still not getting anywhere, Math, you can start chasing people up. That's what he's good at.
Yeah. Just as Alistair said, okay, you can take that with the program leader, okay. So, but peradventure that's not solved, okay, just get in touch with me, then I can be able to get onto the board to talk about it.
okay,
Is that okay?
yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much for that. Any other thing you want to share, please? Kieran?
No, I think that was it. That was sort of the main points that people raised.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else, please? Sarah? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, she can go first.
Okay, so after Sarah, then I have Ubani, yeah?
Yeah, Nick.
Nick. Okay, Nick. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Sarah?
Hi, I'm on the MA Music course, and we have people who are, I was just sort of feeding off what Kieran had said. We've got some people who are doing in-person classes and some people who are doing almost all their classes remotely. We have someone who lives in the Hebrides, and basically every lesson, I don't know whether this is actually something that you can actually help with, Matthew, but I thought it would be worth bringing to your attention anyway.
Yeah.
Basically, every in-person class that we have, the lecturers say to us, okay, this time we think it's going to be okay, and then every time it is, we have technical issues, and like the microphone that's meant to be picking up the students doesn't pick everyone up, and we've had so many, the remote joiners always say that they can't hear anyone in the class, and a lot of our course, since we're postgrad, a lot of our course is quite discussion based. So it just makes it quite difficult for those people. And I know that it's not, it always feels stressful to blame it on the lecturers, who obviously that this sort of thing isn't their job. It's just frustrating because we obviously, since we're in the music course, we have the tech, we just don't have it implemented. I don't know if that's anything you can directly help with, but I just thought it should be flagged up that it's almost like it's basically every week that we have people complaining about it. And that's everything I had to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. So just to reiterate what you just said, so in the classroom you experience technical issues, right?
Sorry, I muted myself. Yeah.
Okay. So that has to do with the equipment that is being used in the classroom, right?
Yeah, mainly to do with microphones.
Microphones. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no music without microphone, right? I mean, you can
Yeah,
stream on
exactly.
top of your voices, yeah? So that should be in place. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that, Sarah. Um, I'm going to look into that. Okay. Yeah.
It's
I'm going to
normally
look.
okay with, yeah, sorry. It's normally okay with, like, if we have one person talking, then it's fine. We just stick like a microphone on their shirt. But as soon as we start trying to have people discussing things or jumping in, that's when the people joining online just say they can't hear anything.
Okay. So when one person is talking, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So peradventure, maybe probably the capacity of the mic is not maybe conducive for the crowd, right?
Yeah, there's like, I know some classes have like a cube that you can pass around, but we couldn't get it to work. I think there's only like one in the department. I don't know if other courses have used it and it has worked and it has been good.
Okay.
But,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Sarah. You can leave that with me, okay, and I'll get back to you on that, okay?
Thank you.
Matthew, I'm quite happy to kind of pop in and help yourself, since this is your first one as well. And I often know what the response is to the best way to get these things kind of in action, if you like. Do you know, Sarah, if you have an SSLC planned at all coming?
I don't think so. Oh, wait. Let me just check. I think that we have one next week with
Okay.
Tanya, is it? Or I don't know whether it's the same people
Who
for
it
each
was,
department.
but that's
Okay.
exactly the sort of thing you want to raise at
Yes,
an
we do.
SSLC.
We've got one on Wednesday next week.
Wednesday, okay.
Sorry, I just didn't know what it was called.
No worries. Definitely raise that at the SSLC, because that's something that's
Okay.
affecting a lot of students, especially the remote students, and the SSLC is the exact forum to raise something like that. And if they say that they've tried, then I would push for it to get escalated to whatever the next level is, because obviously I appreciate it sounds like they're making an effort, but whatever they're doing isn't working. So that's probably the next best bet. And if they don't give you something satisfactory from the SSLC, ping an email to Matthew, let everybody know let Matthew know what was discussed, and then Matthew can take it higher to maybe the head of the school or whatnot.
Awesome. Thank you, Alistair.
Thank you very much for that, Sarah. Nick?
Yeah, hi. So there are a couple of issues regarding my course. I'm in third year photography. There is one issue which is related to Kieran's one, actually, regarding the recorded lectures or the or like online lessons themselves when people cannot attend in-person classes. We have, I think, just one lecturer among 4 who gives an online option for people who cannot attend online, who cannot attend in-person classes. So
Okay.
for other modules, there are no ways that people can attend a class if it's not in person. which I think is kind of necessary, especially now because there is like the pandemic still on. So it should be something that must be considered, because there are some people are considering also to dropping off because of this reason, because they can't access to like different lessons. So
Okay. Okay.
then there is a particular module which is called Image and the Archive, which has had a lot of complaints by every single individual of the class, unfortunately, because it gives the idea that it's unprepared and unprofessional. There is a deadline soon and people don't know what to do and what to base their research on, because there is not much input from the lecturer there.
Sorry, could I just get the course again, or the topic again, that people are having difficulty with there?
That's Image and the Archive is called.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have a different lecturer compared to the other one we had last year for theory. And he gives the impression that he just reads these slides that have been prepared from the other lecturer without getting into depth and explaining them. So it's a bit rough. There is not a good environment right now regarding that module, unfortunately, among all, because everyone is confused about it. So then the last one regards the technicians in the photography department, and they ask for too many risk assessments or module release forms to borrow equipment or use the studios, which before COVID it wasn't necessary. Now
Okay.
we need to fill all these forms, and there are too much just for borrow, for example, a flashlight, so people are arguing about that as well. I think it could be done in a easier and faster way, because we need people to sign forms before accessing the studio or borrowing an item. So there is
Okay.
too much to do regarding that.
Well, thank you so much, Nick, for that comprehensive detail. Around the filling of form, so you said that doesn't happen before COVID, yeah?
No, they didn't have this risk assessment form to sign for getting equipment.
Okay. So they just introduced that now, yeah?
Yeah, they had it, but for other things, not for equipment or like renting a room. And now it seems that it's a bit too much, because there is that, and there is also a model release form
Okay.
that we need to get signed, and the risk assessment needs to be signed by the lecturers as well. And before they get back to you, it takes a bit, so it takes a long time to get an item from the store or to rent a room. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay? So, the second one which you raised was around the lecturer not, explaining the expectations, of the module. Am I correct?
What was that again? Sorry.
The second thing you raised was the lecturer not being able to give you much, explanation of what is expected of the module. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. But that's another module. It's not that.
That's a different module. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see.
It doesn't. It's not clear what is expected from it, or what they are explaining in that specific lecture. It's not well explained, in my opinion, and in all the other people's opinion. So.
Okay. And did you probably try to ask him, maybe over and over to explain himself properly?
Yeah, I did. We had a lecture with the previous lecturer last week, and I had to ask all the questions I couldn't ask to the other lecturer because he wasn't able to answer. So yeah, I wrote that up as well. But...
Okay. All right. Nick, are you aware of when your SSLC will be on?
When the assessment?
No, the SSLC.
Yeah, I wanted to ask what's that about exactly?
Basically, as you have it on the training, okay, is the student staff liaison committee.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is where you talk to the program leaders, okay, and the school and your school admin, all right, as to, regarding to problems around your program. Okay, so they tend to deal with it first, okay. But if they're not able to deal with it, then you can just drop me an email, then I can take it
Okay.
further to the board.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but yes, just speak to your program leader first, okay, to find out when that meeting will be holding.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
because
Okay.
lots of the program leaders attend that meeting, okay, and they always want to hear from what the experience of the students are. Okay,
Okay.
so if they're not able to deal with it there, just send me an email, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
No
very much.
worries, no worries. Thank you very much for that, Nick.
No problem.
Jay Clover, is that your hands up? Okay, thank you. Sorry,
Sorry, I was muted.
That's fine. That's fine.
Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes,
No.
yes.
Okay. So I am third year rep for BA Film, and I have a couple things, like the main issues that I'd like to bring up. So the first one would be obviously, for the film course, we're in quite a few different buildings besides the main Merchiston campus. So we have the SAS building that's on Merchiston Avenue, and then we're also now in Churchill Theatre, just down the road. And I know Merchiston has a lot of free period products available for students, but these other two buildings do not. And I was wondering if that would be a possible thing that could be implemented, because it is quite an important issue, I feel, to have products that are accessible for students in these buildings, considering we're in them most of the time.
Yeah. So, which of the buildings are you talking about? Is it the Merchiston campus or the
So it's
Academy Scotland?
It's outside Merchiston campus, but the uni, like, it's where the film students are mainly based. So it's the Screen Academy building on Merchiston Avenue, so just around the corner, and then Churchill Theatre, which is further into Morningside.
Okay.
So I understand if like it's not fully like a thing we can do, but it would be nice to have even just that, like, in the bathrooms or something, just so it's accessible for students.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that, Jake Clover. How was it? I was a student in 2017 at MA Film, so I'm very conversant with the Screen Academic Scotland. Yeah, that was in 2017. But yeah. So you were talking about easy accessibility. So what kind of products are the things you don't have access to at the moment?
So pads, tampons, just like, because most of even in the main Merchiston lobby, there's like a table that just has all that stuff on it.
Okay.
So it would just be nice to, in at least those buildings, just to have something similar. Obviously not a big table, but like even just in the bathroom, like a wee tray that has stuff in it,
Okay. All right. Thank you very, very much for that. Anything else you would like to share?
Yeah, so it's kind of so far as a couple people have kind of brought up similar issues with, as a film student, we have to book out equipment.
Yes.
And right now, I've just gone into third year, and a lot of the kit that we had available to us in first and second year, we no longer have access to. So we're trying to learn how to use new kit. However, on the booking website, none of this kit has like a how to assemble sort of thing on the booking website, or like compatibility. So for instance, I was on a shoot last week and we took out kit. However, all of the kit wasn't compatible with the camera we were using. And we didn't know this because this is new kit. But it would just make sense that on the website where we book the equipment, under each thing, it'll say it's compatible with these lenses or this kind of mount and stuff, it would make sense. So I've already emailed the actual technicians that run the website, and we've not heard anything back yet. So I think my next step is probably going to be taking it to the SSLC, which I don't think, I'm unsure if the film students have one booked in yet, because I've not got an email about it at all yet. but that might just be me.
Okay. Not sure about
So
okay.
It depends very
Yeah.
much on the program leaders often when they get booked in. But if you don't get one soon, just start hounding them. Say, look, when's your next SSLC? You're
okay,
due for that quite soon.
I will do
Just
that.
going back to your last one about the period products as well, that's something we'll bring up with the current estates manager and see about. Can't guarantee anything, but certainly if we're using those, then I feel like that should be something that they port across. It's not like they lack for resource on that front, so the porters could
Okay.
probably have a look to that.
Thank you so much.
That's no worries, J Clover. Thank you so much for that. Anything else you want to add, please?
I don't think so. It's kind of the usual thing of lecturers are not responding to our emails very frequently, but that's
Okay.
never changed since first year for me. So, but I've just resorted to spam emailing lecturers now because then they'll finally answer me. But yeah, that was my main 2 points that I wanted to bring up. So thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that, J Clover. Regarding to lecturers not responding to emails, okay, when you reach out to your program leader, okay, confirm the SSLC with him first. Okay, so when they give you a date, just bring it up there. Okay, so whatever response or action that they give, and if you're not still okay with that, just get in touch with me, please. Okay,
Yes, I will. Thank you.
you're welcome. Lewis, if I'm correct. Yeah,
Hello. Hi.
great.
I'm on the third year acting for stage and screen course.
Mhm.
I just have one thing to bring up. We have not got access to, we've not got a subscription or anything to Digital Theatre Plus to watch plays and stuff. And we've also got one of the lowest tiers of the Drama Online subscriptions, which means we can only really access not all the plays, and we can only just some Shakespeare and some contemporary ones. So that means that the only really way to get plays is to go watch them or to buy them, which can be expensive and stuff like that.
I do agree.
But we were just kind of wondering if we could maybe get a bump up in subscription, or if something like that could happen, or you know what I mean? Because we've got the Shibboleth subscription in there, or something like that it's called.
Okay.
Basically that's it.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Lewis. So, what is the name of the subscription, please?
It's I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Shibboleth or something. It's called
Shibboleth.
SHIBBLETH.
Okay. OLETH. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. Do you know when your SSLC is coming up, please?
I think is that what it's the program leader. I think it's on Monday. Mine's is. Not Monday, Wednesday. I think it is.
Okay. Okay.
So I can bring it up then if you
Yeah, so you just bring it up there, please, because I would expect they should have maybe an alternative on how students can actually access those things, if they're vital for the course. Okay, so you bring it up there. If it's not still resolved, just, get in touch with me, please.
Cool. Nice
Okay.
one.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Anything else, please? Lewis?
Oh, no, that's all.
All right. Thank you very much for that.
Cheers.
McLean, yeah?
Hiya, you alright?
Yeah, good. I can hear you now, yeah.
So then, me, myself, and Emily study first year graphic design.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say there's so much problems. I would say there are ways to make the course a bit better and easier to access stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a couple things, like a printer in the class would be handy to have because we're constantly printing stuff off. So it'd be nice to have that just there instead of walking all the way through the campus. A bin in our classroom as well. We don't have a bin in our classroom.
Okay.
More water fountains, just easier to access because the only ones you really have, you have to go to the canteen.
Okay. You're breaking.
It's not a hassle. It'd just be easier to have it. Was it, sorry?
You are breaking.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
what did you miss?
Yeah, but I was able to
Well,
hear about the printer in class, the bin in the classroom,
yeah,
and the water
yeah,
fountain. Yeah.
yeah. And then
Okay.
I was also going to say, inside our studio, it would be nice to have some like art on the walls, just so to use as inspiration and stuff, because we don't have a lot of that at all. And more art supplies like pens and pencils and that, like accessible in the studio, which we don't have as well. But apart from that, that's about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that, McLean. Just bear with
All
me.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Art on the wall, beings in the classroom. Yeah. I can imagine the graphic design, printing a lot because you guys do a lot of
Yeah,
designing. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Do you know when your SSLC is coming out, please?
No, but I was wondering where could I find that out? Because I have no idea.
You can always email your program leader
Yeah,
first.
okay.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
They will be able to give you the time and the date that's going to be happening.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So
Perfect.
both yourself and Emily could attend that. Okay,
Mm,
and discuss with them first. All
okay,
right. Yeah. So, but if nothing happens, just get in touch with me, please.
cool, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a detail of that already right now.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks so much. Thank you.
No worries, McLean. Thank you so much. Am I seeing Ben's hand up?
Hi there, Matthew.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, so obviously my name is Ben Gilmore. I'm studying MSc Architectural Technology and Building
Okay.
Performance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily a course-specific issue. It's more kind of a generic issue
Okay.
to do with the virtual checking in, which has been introduced since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So in my own personal experience, I'm more referring back to my 4th year, but I've had a few newer students who have just entered Napier who have also brought this up in my class. I'm
Okay.
just curious as to the severity of not checking in, missing your attendance, and kind of just how it affects your result. Because I find that our in-person classes, sometimes you can get carried away and you've went out the effort, you've went through the effort to attend the class in person, and you may not have checked in virtually. And I just think that's pretty unfair if it was if it did kind of affect your end grade, your end result. So last year I had maybe 6 or 7 cases where
Mm-hmm.
I had missed it, right, and I went back through my history on my laptop. I had proof that I was in the classes. I sent away screenshots through the emails and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just never really got anywhere. I never really get any response. I know some lecturers, they do a manual register as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it'd be nice if there was some clarity around that, and just as to how, how and if at all it does affect your final grade. Just that, the virtual check-in on the Moodle app.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Ben. I've kind of heard about this from quite a lot of students, to be honest, not just your program alone. Okay, and I've personally picked up with Stephen Logie. Okay, who is in charge of that area. Of the truth, there are some technical issues around that. Okay, sometimes it works, but as to affecting your final grade, I'm not so sure yet. Okay, I could get back to you on that. Okay, but what you can tell your colleagues is they should just have an evidence that they were in the classroom. Like you said, some of the lecturers, do the manual checking. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we could just probably maybe do that instead of the maybe the virtual checking. Okay. But as affecting your final grade, I doubt that. Okay. But like I said, I can get back to you on that. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben, what course were you again? I just missed that at the start.
MSc.
On you go, Matthew.
Yeah. MSc Architecture Technology. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And
Great.
Building Performance, I think's in the title.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for that, Ben. Is that all for you, Ben?
Yes, that's all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Lucas.
Hi, yeah. So I'm year 3 English and film, and I've had a couple issues brought to me that I don't really think there's solutions to them, but I might as well bring them up. So recently it came to my attention that there was some sort of security change for like Moodle and Napier services, and because of the nature of our course, we have students having to use that pretty much every day, and some issue happened where a lot of people were basically locked out of a lot of Moodle services, such as like actual classwork. And we have like submission dates all pretty much over this entire time period, and it kind of leads into another problem where, you know, to try and communicate that required, you know, going on Outlook email, and a lot of them couldn't access that and couldn't send emails or receive them. So they feel like there's a gap in sort of communication or like confidence that they can communicate without having to go in. And then that kind of goes on to a third point, sorry, where I've been told that there's like a public transport strike coming up, and a lot of students have come to me saying they're not really sure like how they're going to go about sort of accommodating that, because, you know, for some of the classes we're in, to like the tutorial in-person communication is like quite important, and it's kind of been brought up before. It's pretty much like lecturer specific whether tutorial activities get recorded or not. So if there was more of like a, I don't know, like a defined structure to what could happen for people who aren't able to come in, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Lucas. As to the public transport strike, when is that starting? I'm just hearing that for the first time.
See, I'm not sure. I've had multiple people tell me that it's happening, and because there's a lot of people who have been using it to come to Napier, and apparently it's starting soon. I don't know the specific date though.
Okay. So as to the security change, all right, I believe that will be technical issues. Okay. When you experience that, what I advise them to do is to get in touch with the IS services. Okay. It could be that probably the login. Aliza, you want to say something?
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to weigh in, Matthew, just to help out on this one, because it's something that has raised in previous years. So the joys of taking minutes for years and years of reps. So what I would advise to do on this one, because you have submission deadlines that are up and coming, is to speak to your program leader about a potential extension that would encompass a lot of other people. Now, obviously, the year is only so long, so that knocks other things, but it potentially would give a bit of time for people to catch up on their course. They can grant extensions, and certainly if it's affected in a number of students with regards to being able to access their material, and potentially, you know, now with the strike as well, then that could have a knock-on effect. So I would talk to potentially pushing back some of these deadlines if it's affecting multiple people in the course. The other thing you could look at, and again, it's been talked about here already, is recording of lectures where appropriate for people who can't make it in because of transport strikes. I appreciate there's people who come over from Glasgow, and there's people who work remotely as well. So I can understand that being quite an issue. So those would probably be the two avenues I'd look at, but both of those I would discuss with your program leader. I wouldn't wait till the SSLC, because if you already have deadlines that are going to be pending quite soon, then, you know, action needs to be happening before potentially an SSLC happens. So that would probably be my advice on that one, especially though if you can say I've had X number of students and say, look, this isn't just affecting one or two, this is affecting quite a few students I've spoken to. That adds a bit of weight to what you're saying as well. And it is you doing your representation role, obviously, for the students, so it's really good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Alice. There, I think Kieran, right, put it on the chat that the strike starts from the 1st to the 12th of November. Wow, that is pretty long. Okay, let me see. Right? Okay. Through the COP26. Okay. So, regarding that, you can leave that with me first. Okay. Yeah. Let me look into that. Okay. And get back to you on that. Is that okay? All right. But do you know when your SSLC will be coming up?
No, I'll have to ask
No.
after
All right.
that.
Yeah, please. Email the program leader, okay, to find out, please. because I mean, of a truth, that's going to be happening from the 1st to the 12th of November. That is really a strong disruption, okay, around student accessing the campus. All right, that's no worries. So you just leave that with me, okay, but get in touch with your program leader to find out when the committee meeting will be coming up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. That's fine.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Lucas, anything else?
No like official problems, but I'll support what I think Ben brought up about the sort of COVID check-in thing.
Yeah, okay, okay,
I've had experiences of that. Basically, the app not working, classes not
okay.
registering, just general that it's not a very stable system for people to check
Okay.
in.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that. I'm happy to also hear that from you too, so I can also take that forward. So, all right, that's fine. All right, thank you very much for that, Lucas. I've got Jack. That's JAC, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's correct.
All right, thank you.
Hi
All
there.
right, yeah.
Energy and Environmental Engineering, year 4. We currently have like 2 modules, 2 classes. One is called Advanced Energy System, and one is called Building and Services Engineering. And for Building and Services Engineering, we have a tutorial which is once every week, and it's at Murchison. But for the other course, we have the tutorial, but it's not on campus. And that we found that quite odd. As for engineers and for engineering, it's like very important to do things with your hands and get the touch of it, and just go into the lab and try stuff, because if you don't try it and if you only see it from a like theory perspective, it's kind of hard to understand something. So yeah, that, and we also found out that we have it for like one class and we don't have it for the other one. So yeah, just this one for me.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that, Jack. Are you aware of when your SSLC will be coming up?
No, but I can look at it. Yeah.
Yes, please look at it with your program leader first, okay, to find out and bring it up in that meeting. Okay, so but eventually that it doesn't get solved, just get in touch with me, please.
All right, I'll
Okay.
do so.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
thank you so much
thank you.
for bringing that here, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. McLean, I'm seeing your hand again. Okay. I just saw Sarah's comments on the chat. Yeah, I totally understand that, Sarah. I mean, that's going to affect a lot of students, to be honest. It's going to affect a lot of students. We are going to take that forward. Anyone else, please?
Doesn't seem to be any more popping up.
That's fine, McLean. That's fine.
So I think we're probably good to move on to any facility issues that people have.
Okay, so that's all for academics. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to move on to the facilities issues just now. Okay, if you have any challenge with that, anyone? Rania, am I correct?
Sorry, hello
Okay.
everyone. So Aboki Mutege Kirania, third year quantity surveying, BSc quantity surveying. And the third year of our course was supposed to be a placement year out. But some of us were not able to get placements, and so we're doing an academic substitute for placement. So of course, most people would have preferred to get a placement. So if they could improve on the way that because our year was the first year to do the placement.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a trial year. So yeah, if an improvement could be made in the way they get like placements for students. Of course, we understand that COVID was an issue and most companies were not willing to hire, but most of us would still want to have the that hands-on experience,
Yeah.
like our colleagues that are in the field, and also the fact that if we were on placement, we could be able to pay half tuition, but if we are not on placement, then we are paying full tuition for 4 modules. It's also a bit unfair. Yeah, I think that's it. But also there are some people that had placements and had issues with their placements, and they've been able to come back to uni to do the substitute. They joined later, but those ones are happy with they're happy with the course.
Okay, Rainier, you said some people who have gone placement had issues with their placement. What kind of issues was that?
Maybe they didn't like the placement, or they were not getting what to do.
Okay.
Different people had different issues, so
Okay.
some of them joined the course again.
Okay. Because with placements, student features, okay, they are the hands of the university that does employability side of things for students. They also deal with placement opportunities for students. But what I'm going to advise you to do first is to pick it up with your program leader first, okay, to find out when is your SSLC to talk about it. Okay, and yeah, whatever advice you are given, if you're not still okay with that, just get in touch with me, please. Okay.
Most definitely. So should I get in touch with my program leader first? And then...
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay.
Could I make a suggestion as well on this one?
Yes, please.
To pop in on this one. Obviously, if you go to them with saying, look, this is the first year and it's not working as well as it could do, what you could consider is say, why don't we get some staff together and we get some students together, maybe have a focus group and talk through how we might improve the placements as well. So see what students are looking for, see some of the difficulties that staff are having, see if there's any way that you can work through that together. And that might be quite a good exercise and get you to know your program leaders and your tutors as well. So you could suggest a solution there, and that might be quite a good idea as part of engaging with that problem. Just a suggestion.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Alice. There. Anybody else? Sarah, was that a previous hands up?
I'm sorry, can I say something?
Yes, please.
So at the beginning of the semester, the trimester, I mailed some different departments about the issue of the tuition for the people on placement and those that are not on placement, and they told me they had not made a decision yet, but yeah, there is no decision yet. So which department of the university am I supposed to talk to about that, and when can I expect a decision to be made?
You mean around the tuition for people who did not, go for the placement, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I would say you should take it up with your program leader first. Okay. Yeah. They could be able to signpost you, okay, to the departments that will be in charge of that. Okay, but pick it up with them first.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
As I just wrote there, the University Finance Department. Yeah, you can also get in touch with them too. Yeah. But I'll look at, get in touch with the program leader also, okay, to have a better understanding as to how that works first. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah, thank you so much.
You are welcome, Rainier. Is that Jack wants to say something?
No, sorry, my hand was stood up from.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna put it down. Sorry.
That's fine. It happens to everyone. All right. Wow. Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry, Alex. There.
I don't see any new hands up for academic issues, but please do speak up if there's anything. Sorry, not academic, facility and tech issues. So if you do have anything, please do speak up or pop your hand up.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Alice. There. Wow, thank you so much for everyone for coming. And one of the things I kind of appreciate during my time as being a program rep is the fact that I was able to connect with other program, reps of different programs to be able to share ideas of what is working within their program and what's not working within my program. And I'm so happy that you were able to come today to be able to share that with me. And but per adventure, probably maybe you've not spoken to your colleagues, okay, or maybe you're not aware of the issues that your colleagues are facing, within your program. You can always get in touch with me at any time. But the rule of thumb first is to get in touch with your program leader first and foremost, okay, to be able to understand when the SSLC is coming out. Aliza just put in my email in the chat. Thank you so much for that. So get in touch with your program leader to know when the SSLC is going to come up, okay? Discuss those issues with them first, okay? So peradventure it doesn't get solved there. So just, email me what is happening, and then I can be able to follow up with the higher department within the university. Is that okay? All right, thank you very much for that. So also, if there's any other maybe issues you want to maybe discuss, you can always get in touch with myself and my colleagues at any point in time. You can see our email and our Facebook platform on the screen there. And yeah, lastly, thank you so much for being a program rep. Till date, my ex-colleagues, I still call them my colleagues anyway. Although I just finished my MBA program in June, just a couple of months ago. So my colleagues still tell me, Matthew, thank you for the work you did. And I'm still very much in touch with my school admin at the time at Credit Block Heart. It's a very, very interesting role, to be honest. And I've been able to learn quite a number of skills within that role. But here I am today as a co-president for employability and education. But I'm very much passionate to want to get a student voice out to improve their experience, and that is why I'm here. Okay. But once again, thank you so much, and do not hesitate to get in touch with me at any time. Okay, you guys are on my priority list. Let me be honest with you. So once your email comes in, within 48 hours, you get a response from me. Okay, so do not hesitate to get in touch with me at any time, please. All right. All right. Anything anyone want to say? I guess no. All right. Okay. I can see the chat. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I'm going to keep you updated, and hopefully we see each other on campus soon. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Matthew, we'll hang around at the end in case anybody wants to have a quiet word with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's down to 4. That was quick.
Me and Jack, you want to say something to me?
Often you'll just have people who reside at the end of the call. If, potentially disappeared off a wee bit early sometimes, or what. So.
Yeah, we've still got someone on the call. Okay, all right. So that's the different one.
So you can stop recording now.
Stop video. Okay, no, okay, recorder. I'm just gonna go to, okay, stop share. Okay, wait. Okay.